Some difference in double angle identities. So there's three categories. There's sum formulas. So all of these are adding angles. Alpha and beta are symbols for angles. They are just like saying A and B. They're different angles. So we have to use different variables. So that's why we're not using theta. Difference formula, same idea, but these are all subtraction. Double angle refers to 2 times an angle. So again, it could be sine 2 theta. The formula is using alpha here, that's fine. These are all found on your formula sheet as well in the first column. There. Now you'll notice on the double angle ones that there's actually 3 ways that cos 2 alpha can be written. So I've added that into our formula sheet right here. So cos 2 alpha can be written as cos squared alpha minus sine squared alpha, or it can be written in just terms of cos, so 2 cos squared alpha minus 1, or just in terms of sine. It would look like this, 1 minus 2 sine squared alpha. So where did this come from? This has already been worked out for us. So if we take a look here, cos 2 alpha, my original formula right here was cos squared alpha minus sine squared alpha. I could replace sine squared with 1 minus cos squared alpha. Remember our Pythagorean identity, sine squared plus cos squared equals 1. If we isolate sine, so if I move cos to the other side, it's now 1 minus cos squared theta. So I can't use the theta symbol in this question. I changed it to alpha. So I'm replacing that with that. Bring through the negative sign, combine like terms, and you're going to get your formula. The same is true for this one here. If I replace, start with the original formula again that I had here, cos squared alpha minus sine squared alpha. Instead of replacing sine squared, I'm going to isolate, look at what cos squared alpha equals. So again, sine squared plus cos squared equals 1. If I isolate cos squared, I moved sine to the other side this time. So 1 minus sine squared theta. That's what I'm going to replace cos squared alpha with. 1 minus sine squared alpha. Combine like terms, you get 1 minus 2 sine squared alpha. The good news is these 2 formulas are on your formula sheet already, so you have all 3 to look at when you're doing your examples and questions.